Once we're done with the lifting, now we're going to move on to the resist. So we did lifting up here, now we're going to be doing a resist in this next area. Now, one of the things about resist, okay, is you have to think about what resist means. What does that mean? What does it mean to resist something? Yeah, you're kind of keeping something away. You're kind of staying away from something, right? So, a resist, what you're doing is you are keeping the paint out of an area. Right? You're doing it on purpose. Because like with lifting, you know, you wind up adding a highlight because, oh man, I forgot to keep that part lighter, so you wind up lifting. You're not always going to be able to lift, so you need to make sure that you plan ahead. That's what resist does. Because you're using the white of the paper for white. If there's ever anything that you have to keep white, you should resist. You should put a resist on the paper to keep that area white. So what I did here is I put masking tape down. So I grabbed some of my masking tape and I put it down. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 areas of masking tape down, and then I painted yellow over it. What's going to happen is when I'm done with the painting and I take the masking tape off, what you're going to see, just like you see here, is areas that are white. Does that make sense? Okay, so I'm preserving the white areas. Now, when I look at my instructions here, is I have to use masking tape, you know, or any other kind of preserve, but we're using masking tape. You can have 3 layers of color minimum and 1 area of white minimum. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers of white. So I met that requirement. I have 1 layer of color. So I'm good so far. I need 2 more layers of color. Now what I do is I wind up taking some tape, okay? I take some masking tape, and once my top layer is dry, I'm going to put some masking tape, and I'm going to resist and block out some of these yellow areas. So all I'm doing is just taking some masking tape, and you can make a little design, you can make a little pattern, it doesn't matter. Take a little bit of masking tape. I like to rip it and create like little, you know, odd looking shapes, and I just tape that down. So now I'm preserving some white areas, some yellow areas. Alright, I'll do that right here. I'll keep that right in there. So once I've got the masking tape down and this is dry, now I could actually come in here, and this is going to be my second layer of color. Alright, take a little bit of red. Now notice how much water I'm using. I'm using quite a bit of water. And I'm going to come right in here and I paint right over it. I'm not worrying about creating too many different valleys or anything at this point. All I'm doing is just trying to have a little bit of fun with this. What technique am I using to apply the red? No, wet on dry. The paper was dry. Okay, see that? There we go. So that's all it is. For right now, that's all I'm doing. So I've already blocked off a layer of white. I have my white. Now I painted yellow, so that created my layer of color. Then I blocked off yellow and I have put down some red. So that's my 2 layers. You see that? And I'm supposed to have 3 layers of color. So once this is dry, I'm going to put down another layer of masking tape and then paint down another color. Does that make sense? Yes. No. All you need is 1 area of white. I put down 5 so I could see it. I'm also an overachiever.
So each one can be 1?
Yeah, each one can be 1 if you wanted to. That's the absolute minimum. You know, way to shoot for the minimum. No, I would do more. Does that make sense? Are there any questions? While it's drying, you could actually come back into your lifting. Like for example here, I could come back into my lifting, put another layer of my green down to try to darken it up. Okay?